Welcome to Daily Tax Savings. This is Tony Novak here to share a few points on saving taxes and staying out of tax trouble. Today's topic is durable power of attorney. Now, this is a concept not usually associated with taxes, but I find it's increasingly important in my practice, and I'll share a few stories as to why. So, taking a step back, power of attorney is a common concept in tax practice. And we've said many times on this show, if there's anything that could be complicated or could be evolve into some bigger issue or bigger tax liability, you do not want to represent yourself. You appoint someone else, a tax professional. Sometimes if you can't even afford a tax professional, get a relative. But the point is, it's better not to deal with tax issues on your own. We've seen it go wrong too many times where what you say is later used against you. And I would almost say it's the same advice that almost any attorney gives out to clients or even the public, that, if there's any possibility of further trouble, of getting into exposing yourself to risk, attorneys say don't talk to police. Don't get an attorney and have someone represent you. Same thing with tax. Unfortunately, I see it go wrong too many times. So switching gears then, durable power of attorney. And here's the point. So if we take power of attorney and we're someone's handling taxes, the issue is that in real life, I find that clients go through periods of emotional or mental difficulties or medical difficulties, and a power of attorney often expires. Well, certainly always expires at death, but it often expires at incapacity, disability. And I had one case where a client was in the middle of a tax negotiation, had a stroke. A court-appointed custodian came in, and I had to work with the custodian. But other than that, the whole deal would have collapsed and fallen apart because I could not continue to represent him under a normal power of attorney, lacking that capacity. And particularly in this case, where there were other relatives involved that didn't have perhaps my client's best interest in mind. And that's why the court-appointed custodian was involved. But in any event, I see that more often. More commonly in everyday situations, what I find is that we're in the middle of something as simple as preparing a tax return, and clients have other priorities other than tax returns. They'll go off on a trip, and they're fully consumed by that trip, and they don't communicate and don't give me authorizations to do certain things, and I can't, for example, can't file a tax return, can't conclude a negotiation, or if it's a settlement in a certain case or an employee benefit plan, cannot do that without client's authorization. And so if I have a durable power of attorney and client is not available, and regardless of whether I know that they're healthy or not healthy, I can continue to do that work. What I've seen lately, and what's sparking this video tonight, is that I see increasingly, as clients get older, they go through periods of diminished mental capacity where they seem to be sharp and altogether one day and not so sharp the next day. I'm not the medical provider. I don't know. I can't diagnose that. But what I do know is I want to take care of them and their business in their best interests. And a durable power of attorney can be extremely valuable for both tax and business purposes. So I strongly recommend that everybody consider that, and often consider more than one. Often, for example, I have one medical power of attorney going to my spouse, and I have a durable business a power of attorney going to another relative who is a lawyer in practice so that business issues can be handled. So I think it makes sense for a lot of people to take that route and make sure that things are covered. So we've gone a little bit longer today than the usual uh, minute or two show, but we'd love to hear any comments, feedback you have on this topic of durable power of attorney as it relates to taxes or small business matters. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow with another tax